Hi everyone, it's Sloan Rose with your spiritual guidance for the week of January 21st, 2018. I'm sorry I missed everyone last week, but I'm here today and I'm ready to get started. I did want to address a couple questions I had from people who were asking about whether it's okay to listen to this reading or the readings the week prior, or have them make more sense the week prior to the week after. It's okay. Whenever you land upon the reading is the perfect time for you to hear the reading or watch the reading, remembering that all readings are available on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, so you can listen to them as well as watch the video on them. So whether you're listening to them or reading them for the week or after the week or months later, that's perfectly acceptable. And these readings have a lot of practical advice that can be utilized throughout the year. So don't worry about that. You can, whenever you listen to it or watch the video, it's perfect. It's perfect timing. All right, so today I'm going to be drawing one card from the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron-Reid for the overarching theme, and then from the Druidcraft Tarot, one card for what the ego may try to distract us with, one card for what the heart asks that we explore further, and one card in the position of what we can look forward to regardless, based on the overarching theme. So let's go ahead and get started. And I do have some exciting news. I am in process of making my online course, How to Read Oracle Cards, and we began filming last week, and I think that we're probably going to be editing at the end of next week, so I hope to have the course up and available for purchase in February, but I'll keep you updated on that. I'm really excited to share it with everyone. I've been working hard on it. Okay, here we go. Sacred Pool. Ooh, what a pretty card. It may be hard to see the artwork here. Number 47, Sacred Pool. All right, let me get some additional cards. So on the imagery of the card, there's a person, looks like maybe a woman, in water, in a pond, in a pool, and there's a lot of light around her, and a fish. But I'm really drawn not so much to the imagery of the card, but to the text of the card. Sacred Pool. What is sacred to you? Where do you have that place, either inside of yourself or in your manifest world, where you go for reflection, for quiet? Because it's important that you have some place that you can connect to serenity, to peace, to quietude. And a sacred pool is, even the text, it conjures up images of a specialness, a place where you feel safe and honored. And if you don't have that, or if you feel as though you've been lacking that, it looks like this week it's a wonderful opportunity to go ahead and connect to that again, whether it's something that you can connect to internally, or whether you actually physically go and create a space for yourself, or go or return to a place that you consider to be that sacred pool. And the pool, the water, for me, referring to the soul, the heart, the emotions, feeling that sense of buoyancy where you are being supported by the divine. It's beautiful energy. All right. This is why the ego may try to distract us with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is literally my least favorite card in the deck because it's invited energy. It's where we are allowing our thoughts to cause us pain, and it's not easy sometimes to gain mastery of our thoughts, and this is why it may be required that you develop or reconnect or go to a place where you feel that sense of sacredness, of peace, of serenity, of an honoring of self. But we'll get into that in a minute. Now, our heart asks that we explore further the Ten of Cups in reverse. And what we can look forward to regardless is the Queen of Cups. So there may be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, who's involved, maybe a female, who comes in to help us, who is in the upright position. So we have that Nine of Swords right here, that our ego may try to distract us with. Our heart is asking that we explore further the Ten of Cups in reverse, and then we have that Queen of Cups that we can look forward to regardless. Now, if it's not an individual coming in to help us here, someone who's very nurturing, someone who understands emotions, someone who wants to listen and understand, it's asking that you be that person for yourself in connection with that sacred pool. I mean, even if you look at the colors of these two cards, they're so connected. A mother figure, someone, if you feel abandoned or neglected by your nurturing side or even by your actual physical mother, this week in particular, you are being asked to go within or go to a place where you can connect more fully to that place where you honor yourself, where you understand and honor all of the emotions that you experience. It doesn't mean that you wallow in them, but it's asking that you be more kind and more tender and more nurturing towards yourself and possibly to others, or that someone is giving this to you during this week as well. And if you are receiving it from someone such as this Queen of Cups energy, it's because you have opened to it. You are in resonance with it. Now, here we have the sacred pool. I've spoken quite a bit about this already. A place where you can relax, where you feel supported, where you feel safe. Again, it may be an internal state. It may be achieved through meditation. It may be achieved through nature, through spending time in nature. It may be through your intimacy with others. It could be anything, but it's a feeling. It's a feeling where you feel as though no one can bother you. It's a place where you feel a sense of equilibrium, a sense of equanimity, so that you don't feel as though anything is going to disturb you. And it's important that, especially during this week, that you find that place either within self or around you, because the ego is going to be very strong this week with the Nine of Swords. Everything is coming up for healing. So many people are experiencing either fatigue or illnesses or emotions that have long been dormant coming up for healing. And with the Nine of Swords, with the egoic energy, it may feel as though you can't catch a break. It may be that you feel a great deal of sadness, a great deal of worry and anxiety. When the ego is attached to that Nine of Swords, it's like really in your face. It's like, I can't feel better. I'm always worried. Nothing's ever going to work for me. Sacred pool, what is she talking about? There's too much stress and anxiety in my life right now that I am unable to reach any sense of equilibrium. I can't find any place for peace and serenity. That's never true. Your ego will convince you of that. Your ego will convince you that the outside world, the external world, always has control over your internal sense of peace and serenity. From a spiritual perspective, this is never the case. You can always connect to a sense of peace and serenity within. It does take consciousness. It does take desire, but it's there. Now, if you can't find it internally, do your best this week to get out and to nature. Get out to a place where you have 10 minutes of listening to, quiet meditative music. I do have a meditation recording out on Apple Podcasts. It's here on the YouTube channel as well that you can listen to. It's a guided meditation for relaxation and calm. And there are millions of them out there. But anything you can do this week to quiet the ego, because the ego is going to be on point for all of us. All right, now your heart is asking that you explore further the Ten of Cups. And this energy is where, the heart is asking that you explore further. Where are you being insincere? Where are you pretending that everything is A-okay? all's well, when in truth, all's not well. Doesn't mean that you're meant to wallow in it. It means that you're meant to address it. Be conscious about it. Maybe you're worried because you feel as though you can't ever be happy again. And your heart's saying, it's okay, but you have to acknowledge it. You have to bear witness to it. Bring it to consciousness, bring it to conscious awareness. Otherwise it can't shift and heal. And the Queen of Cups here, looking right at the Ten of Cups, is offering something different, is offering more compassion, more tenderness. This is not a week to try to overcome very aggressively your obstacles. This is a week to deepen your connection to compassion, to tenderness, to nurturing, in order to create a sacred space for yourself, a sacred pool where you honor all the emotions that come up, you process them. Sometimes when we are in that deep state of despair, and we cry until it feels like our hearts are breaking, that there's no way to recover from the pain. When our heart breaks open like that, sometimes in those moments, that's when we can feel most connected to the divine, through the heartbreak. Doesn't mean that our hearts have to break to be connected or to feel that connection, but sometimes that's what occurs. So be conscious of that, be aware of that, and be open to the possibility of a deeper connection with the divine through your own heartbreak, through their own fear and anxiety. But don't let it run rampant. Do your best to tell a different story here, because when the egoic energy gets hold of those dark thoughts, it can keep them very, very alive and present and feeling very, very real. And what you know, as best you can, whenever you can, do your best to bring yourself to a different place in the story that you're telling yourself. If you're lying awake at night and you're telling yourself the story of everything that has ever gone wrong and will ever go wrong, do your best to bring yourself to the present. I do have some episodes on the podcast on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, and I think I have them up on the YouTube channel as well, around being present, about surrendering, about being allowing. That you may find helpful. But anyway, do whatever you can do to be present, and then to begin to tell yourself a different story, because these are just stories. These terrible, terrible stories that we tell ourselves, they haven't happened yet. You don't know what's going to happen. You get hit by a bus tomorrow and you would have spent all night worrying over nothing, so do your best to bring yourself into a place where you can tell a different story. Even though I'm feeling like nothing's ever going to go right and I can't ever catch a break and I'm always going to feel this heartache, maybe, just maybe, there's hope. Maybe things are going to work out in a way that I can't even imagine yet. Maybe things are going to shift. Maybe from this darkness, some new light is going to grow. Maybe the job I'm worried about not getting, maybe another job will come along that's even better because I'm connected more to who I am now, more fully. Maybe I'm going to get even a better job with even a better working environment. Or maybe I'm going to get a new love where I feel more connected and they feel more connected to me because of the work I'm doing on self right here and right now. Maybe a miracle will occur. Maybe I'll feel differently in the morning. All of this. But you have to acknowledge, with the Ten of Cups in reverse, where there are issues and where you can begin to acknowledge them and address them, and take action upon them, and be kind to yourself. I'm pretending that everything's okay, but I'm really feeling a little lost here. That's okay. By acknowledging it, I'm beginning to shift the energy, and you tell yourself different stories, and you create those spaces where you feel a greater connection to the sacred, to the divine, to the peace, to the serenity. You create spaces. The more that you can create little bubbles of peace, just for even if it's just a second of a peaceful thought of what if things could be better? Am I open to things being better right now in this moment? Is this my life? Sometimes you say, is this my life? I hate my life. Do I even love my life? Well, rather than go there, because that feels very stressful to the heart, am I open to loving my life right now in this moment? Am I open to things shifting in this moment? And you bring it back as best you can to the moment. Those little bubbles, those little moments are of spaces of of peace, of openness. That is what begins to shift the energy. But you have to start with the, am I open in the moment? To create a little sacred bubble for myself right here and right now. Again, the Queen of Cups is all about being tender, being gentle, being sweet, being nurturing. So just check this week, if you feel the desire to be aggressive or to overcome, it may feel too much for your fragile emotional state this week with this energy here. And rather than being aggressive about it, drop into your heart. Start, you can even say, let me start from the heart. And then deepen, drop in, as opposed to trying to go out. Drop into your heart, and you can ask, how can I be more present in this moment? Am I open to things shifting in this moment? It's more of that kind of gentle little moments that will make the week feel better for you. And the degree to which this happens and this, you experience this will vary for individuals. But again, it's always your choice in the moment to say, can I change this? Am I open to this shifting? Just that question alone has a powerful ripple effect. So anyway, I hope you find that helpful. I wish you much love as always, and I will see you on the next video, or maybe at your private appointment. Till next time.